West Ham Irons channel. It's the West Ham Daily News. It's your beloved Jazz. Hope everyone is good. Hope everyone is doing their thumbs up, subscribing, sharing. As you know, we are over the 3,000 sub mark, heading towards 4,000 subs. So thank you everyone who's watching, supporting. If you're new, welcome to the madhouse, really. West Ham Daily News. The one today, there's not much going on. Not much going on. Obviously, there's no games. I've actually been watching a few international games like I don't normally do. I didn't watch the England game. I was out and about. But I certainly enjoyed the Portugal Scotland game yesterday. Scotland obviously scored. McTominay, who apparently has got something like 10 goals in the last 13 games for Scotland. He's forging a new life, new adventure, new career at Napoli. He's a very, very half-decent player. And Ronaldo, yeah, they snatched it 2-1, Portugal. That was fairly good. I think it's Belgium, France tonight. And was it Spain, Spain, Serbia the other day, 0-0? That wasn't very good. But in between, there's been some good games. Anyway, back to West Ham. Right. As you know, West Ham Daily News is about the Daily News. So whatever I'm hearing, I'm reading that's coming out the club, we talk about, right? And one or two things we also talk about topic-wise. What's people thinking? What's supporters talking to each other about, really? And the biggest news for me, I was on the show with E20 Zone TV last night as well. And looks like what a lot of fans are talking about, it's a high talking point, is how good is Nicholas Füllkrug? How good is he? Because he hasn't had a lot of time, but whatever we've seen of him, he looks a bit nervous, snatching at a few chances here and there. Some fans are beginning to get a bit worried that has the West Ham, the Sullivan striker curse hit again. The more I think about it, it's not really Lopetegui signing. Tim starting obviously Germany, links back to the German league, so forth. And you're going to get a bit of that. You're going to get a bit of the club putting their own requirements, policy, needs, perhaps ahead of what the manager wants. I don't know. But certainly it's giving me that. Listen, when he came in, I'm a fan. I love signings. Of course I'm going to be happy because I'm going to look at what the player has done in his previous seasons, previous clubs. And of course it's going to be good before they join us. That's what we sign him. As a fan, I'm allowed to jump up and down, get excited, wish them the best. Hopefully they're going to be good. Of course I'm going to do that, right? But I'm not the scout. I'm not the policy maker. I'm not the full-time, technical director or manager who should know better than me and a lot of us. It's just beginning to get a feeling of the David Moyes situations where Haller and one or two others, Skamaka, weren't sure whose signings they were. Danny Ings is a prime live example. Sullivan signing, who David Moyes didn't touch. Lopetegui's trying to work out something with him. It's not easy. Füllkrug looks like a Tim Starton signing. Lopetegui hasn't really touched him. It's kind of worrying. I saw a bit of Lopetegui for Germany a couple of days ago. He got the first goal, didn't do much after that. In fact, he missed couple of really good chances. But at least they used to say you got to be here, you got to be there at the right place to miss it. I'm always trying to look positive, right? So he's definitely more mobile than one or two other strikers we've had, and Antonio, dare I say it. He's not pacey. He's not going to press like Son or Kane, right? But he's not bad. He's quite nimble. I've seen him look for the ball. He runs left, he runs right. He tries to run down the channels. He tries to make things happen, but obviously, not quite happening for him in the minutes we've seen him. Bit of a dilemma against Fulham this Saturday Will it be Antonio again, who's looked for me average? Some of you think he was great in parts against the Man City game. I'm looking at the whole 2-3 year picture. It's not good. It's not good. And looks like very early days yet, but perhaps we haven't replaced him with the right person again. And we should have gone for the John Duran transfer, which now sounds like we did, because my story I thought was we've bid 32 million plus the youngster and we left it at that, thinking it's a 37 million package, take it or leave it. Villa said no, we want 40. We walked away from it. But what I'm hearing now for one or two sources is that leading up to the days to the end of the window, that Villa said take him on a loan to perm, we don't mind, just give us a little bit now if you want, but you can complete the majority of the cash next summer. Our problem was Danny Ings. It was wages, apparently, not the capital. So we weren't really that worried about what it'll cost next summer or this summer. It was more about if Danny Ings doesn't leave, which he didn't, we can't bring him in. So Danny Ings is the one who refused to budge, and that's why we couldn't bring John Duran in. And I think, well, there may be a chance to buy him again, but I can't see it because he's looking that good that I think Villa are contemplating playing two up front with him and Watkins, because he's too good to stay on the bench for too long. He's too good, right? And this is the last season he'll do that. So either Villa integrate him in the starting team or he has to go. He's not going to stay on the bench. He's too good, that boy, right? Let's see what happens. And obviously discussions around Agerd. I ain't got no time for him, and apparently he's a pain in the arse. He got hold of this agent who was a Middle East expert to get him into Saudi League club. And there was a Saudi team in there willing to offer £21 million or as near to that, which would have been very, very useful for West Ham. But the fucker said no. He goes, I don't want to go. And he ended up at Real Sociedad, where we're going to get minimum money back. There's no option, no real concrete pressure on Real Sociedad to buy him permanently next year. So they're obviously got a player for free to use worth 30 million. So looks like Agüero's going to go down as one of the big financial fuck ups from West Ham, really. And he himself is a bit of an arse, I've heard anyway. So fuck off, mate. But that's him anyway. So that's kind of what everyone's talking about. Fulkrug. What do I think? It's getting that bad. Some people are thinking of a 4-2-3-1 system without Antonio, without Fulkrug, with Bowen up front, or a 4-3-3 with again Bowen up front, right? I think I'm going to talk about tactics again on that. I'm going to do a separate show on Fulkrug, and in that we'll talk about the 4-2-3-1 we could do and the 4-3-3 that Lopetegui wants, how that could work, and how that could solve the Paqueta issue, the Kudos issue. So watch out for that later on today. It's going to be an analytics show on that, really, and we'll go into a bit more deep dive on Fulkrug, really. But at the moment, it looks like it might not be that simple for Fulkrug, and we might not have the person to get us to 10-15 goals that certainly Bowen can get up front. So keep an eye on that. Let's see what happens. It's an interesting move. But I think he's 31. He came in a reasonably big signing. He's got to start. You can't baby feed him anymore. Let's put him in. He does it. He makes it. Otherwise, he doesn't. We've got to do it. We've got to stop baby feeding these new signings, or certainly not playing them in Somerville's case, because then they're going to start questioning themselves. They're going to get more nervous. Their motivation up and down. Their confidence will go a bit down. Yeah, don't forget, people like Somerville have come as their club's player of the season, the league's player of the season, and we're not playing them. So a bit like Cornet, they all come on the back of good seasons, and then if we don't integrate them, because why do you certainly buy them to integrate them in? Guilherme at Brazil, that's another odd one. The guy didn't even get on the bench. So there's some weird things going on there, and I don't think we're that big enough at the moment, or that a great first team at the moment where we can fuck about and put 23 million Brazilian Guilherme not even on the bench. Can't even be bothered starting Somerville. Can't even be bothered giving Fulkrug more than fucking few minutes here and there. I know it's early, but we're 12th in the league. we'll see what happens on that one. The other news, yeah, let's get that on the screen for you guys. Actually, before I carry on, that one, that way, innit? Where's it gone? That way, yeah, Makaveni, that one, Makaveni. So Wednesday evening, the Tandoori Lounge Indian restaurant, Hornchurch High Street, evening with Frank McAvenny. There was 8 tickets left on Saturday, and the owner Suk kindly has given West Ham Irons viewers a further 20% off ticket price code. So the promo code is West Ham Irons, entitles you to 20% off the ticket price, and included there's 3 levels of tickets, and in all of them food is included. I think there's a super VIP where you sit on McAvenny's table, get a picture with him, la 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 la. Then there's a VIP not sitting on his table, but you get the picture, you get the food. Then there's normal standard ticket where you get the food, but obviously you don't get a picture, I don't think, and you don't get, all that kind of thing. So 3 categories. I think it starts from £55. So yeah, have a look. I'll definitely be on the next one. I found out about this one too late, so I can't really organise myself from all out west to go to the east. But I'd love to. McAvenny's one of my favourite players down there, mate. So yeah, good lads down there, good food. Like I said, proper Punjabi, North Indian, authentic food. Mixed grills, sizzling lamb chops, sizzling kebabs, chicken tikka, nice chutneys, samosas on the side, dare I say it, beautiful garlic naans. Don't give the wife a kiss when you get home, but you get my drift. Probably a nice pint of Cobra, that kind of thing goes nicely down with it. Anyway, get on with the show, Jazz. Get on with the show. Okay, right. Let's see what we're going to talk about now. Okay, Todibo. Bit confusion about this one. I thought it was a straightforward loan to perm, obligation to buy, kicks in next summer, 35-40 million he's worth. Half the world wanted him. We beat Juve to get him. Bob's your uncle. But now it looks like, then the rumour said if he plays 5 games it kicks in, and I thought, shit, have we got that much money? But it looks like he's going to, it's still not clarified 100%, but it looks like it's going to kick in far earlier than the end of the season. And I'm thinking, is that why he's not playing in the league? Because he hardly has. And then there's these rumours like if he starts 5 games, he got paid the money. Is it one of those silly ones? I don't know. But looks like the trigger is going to be triggered quite quick, easy to reach. So there's no get out clause for West Ham. He had an up and down game at Bournemouth. He got taken off at half time. I didn't really worry about that too much. I was there. Just give him time. I kind of like what I see from him. He's pacey, very good on the floor, tries to make things happen. I told you he's not that good in the air, and he's not an out and out physical centre back like Kilman or Dawson. Dare I say, he's a bit more creative as a player, I think. So play out from the back, a bit of a John Stones really, and these type of players have got mistakes in them, but they're quite good on the eye. So let's see what happens with that one. What shall I share with you naughty people next? Let's have a look. I think it's this one. Hang on. There we go. Obviously we've spent a reasonable amount of money. And the usual stories filtering around is that the budget's going to be somehow limited from the next 2 windows. So again, play it by ear. But I've just got to report it to you guys. That one we've spoken about. For Antonio, who's going to play out the 2. Let's have a look. What's this about? Yeah, Sean Whetstone again related to the budget, mentioning spend of 122 million. With 40 million of sales outbound, net spend 82 million, mean there will be limited funds in January for Lopetegui and Stuyton, with 34 million already committed as part of some of those loan to perm deals. Everyone really. This one's come out of the blue. Didn't even know anything about him. Swansea City have got a youngster. He started out as a centre-back from what I've seen and became a midfielder. I've never seen him live in action, don't get me wrong. Swansea City, like I said. And looks like we're monitoring him as well as some other teams, really. So, Asim Abdullahi is the player, plays for Swansea. Apparently got a bit of Jude Bellingham in him. But we're kind of monitoring him, we're scouting him. Apparently a lot of clubs think he's one for the future. They're keeping an eye on him. So I thought it's quite interesting to share with you. So let's go through the information for your benefit. So yeah, West Ham have been making regular checks on Swansea City midfielder Asim Abdullahi. Several Premiership clubs, including the Hammers and Bournemouth, are keeping tabs on him, who's viewed as a star in the making, everyone. 21-year-old made his debut August 2022. He's made 7 sub appearances in the Championship, starting 3 cup games, and he's already assisted in one of the games. Very skillful. Comparisons with Jude Bellingham. Standout performer with 2 goals in 5 appearances, really. 22 in December. Centre back. I think he's centre back stroke midfield. He could be a bit like Rio. I don't know. Scotland under 21, 4 caps, not worth a lot of money. It's very, very early days for him, but there's interest building in him. And he's played all over the place, isn't he? I don't know what to think of him. So 3 games, 1 goal, 2 games and a goal this season as well. So five appearances in total in Cup and League, 2 goals. And he is playing in the midfield as far as I'm concerned, really. I think that was it. That one we looked at. So that's it. So not really any juicy, interesting news. Typical Monday, really. But yeah, Fulkrug Antonio is it's up there. What fans are talking about. Slight concerns over Fulkrug's ability to get rid of Antonio, I think. And then West Ham monitoring this midfielder Abdullahi from Swansea. Budget might not be that great next couple of windows. We will see what happens. Todibo, that'll kick in earlier than we thought. And just afterthoughts, isn't it, on the transfer window? If Ings had gone, we could have bought a lot more in. If Aged had gone to that Saudi Arabian club, we would have got 21 million in. So if some buts, it is just that kind of thing, isn't it? So I'm going to be back hopefully today with an analytics show on a 4-2-3-1. But on a 4-3-3, because 4-3-3 I used to say is for the future when we get the right players in. But now in my mind, I've got an idea of how that could fix striker problem, Paqueta problem, Kudos problem. So watch out for that later on today. But you guys have a nice afternoon and lunchtime, what's left of it, and we'll catch up soon. Take care.